everyone, Alpha Soul here and welcome to another video. Today we're actually going to be going over the July Creative Director's Letter that was just released this past Tuesday. Now, I kind of wanted to take some time and just compile my thoughts on this letter and give you guys what my take is on the latest release and the latest information about Ashes of Creations. There are a lot of exciting things that people were kind of expecting of this letter, and personally I thought that it didn't disappoint. But without any further ado, I just want to go ahead and dive into the letter. Now, for those of you who want to follow along, who need to look at the information, please feel free, look down below. I've left a link to the Creative Director's Letter so you can go ahead and access it. And as you can see in the top of the title, the video footage is actually from the Battle Royale, some of my Battle Royale past footage, all right? So without any further ado, let's just go ahead and get started. Now, the very first portion of the letter doesn't really concern me, or I'm not really interested in. It's really, and they kind of do this all the time, a summary of essentially what they've kind of been doing with the past like month or two, or just kind of how we got here. It's with the assumption and the mindset that the person doesn't know everything that's going on with Ashes of Creation, which is totally fine. The second portion of the letter starts to become a little bit more concerning, at least that I care about at least, and that is an update on the actual team. They hired more team members. These team members are continuously growing. It's good to see. It's stuff that I like to see. Now, I'm not, too jumpy into it, but it is nice to see that the company is continuously hiring and continuously to increase their output, if you will. All right. Now, the third portion of the letter starts to talk about Ashes of Creation Apocalypse. Now, Ashes of Creation Apocalypse, for those of you who don't know, Apocalypse is essentially a suite of 3 different modes. It's not the MMO of Ashes of Creation that everyone is working on, but it really is, at least now, functioning as a testbed. The first part is the Battle Royale. That is, kind of a free-for-all Battle Royale. People are familiar with that. The second part is a castle siege where one side, is sieging the castle, the other side is defending it. And the third one is a Horde mode, which is basically a kind of Starship Troopers kind of a mode where you defend and make sure that, or you hold out as long as you possibly can. Basically, that's it for the Horde mode. All right, so that's Apocalypse. Now, the update that we have, and the very most important thing that we've got for it, is we've got a date to when the Apocalypse will return. Now, they say Apocalypse, they're not specific in this, but I think kind of by process of elimination, essentially, the Battle Royale is going to return on August 20th at 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. So it's the mode that we all played before and we all kind of went through in. It's going to be back, and they're going to be back with the improvements that they kind of made. So they're saying that it's limited testing, which kind of, to me, signals it's kind of like going to be the same as before, whereas they're going to, announce kind of beforehand when it's going to come up. You're going to test for, a couple hours, maybe a day or two, it'll go down. They may bring it up for extended weekends where it'll be on for the whole weekend. We don't quite know, but I believe that's what they mean by limited testing. So for those of you who think it's going to be up 24/7, I don't think that's the case just yet. They may change things along as it goes through. Now, again, Battle Royale mode, the things that they're going to bring back that are supposedly better are, there's going to be a performance update. That's one of the main reasons that it went down in the first place. So there's a much improved performance and back end that they worked on heavily. There's a better UI, there's better art, and there are combat changes, I believe balance changes, as well as some combat animations and things of that nature to make combat feel heavier. So those supposedly are all coming in with the update that is scheduled to be about a month from now. So I'm excited about that, just to get Ashes back into the hands, and nice to see progress kind of going on. So we'll see what kind of comes of that. So yeah, this testing will occur in September and October, August and September, not September and October. After which, I guess they'll analyze kind of what goes on. We'll then get the dates specifically for some of the other modes. So you'll get the dates for Siege mode, Horde mode, and then the much anticipated, what most everyone is waiting for, the MMO or the Alpha 1 dates. So depending on all of that, we may start seeing some more dates from it. So I'm excited to see kind of that pipeline kind of come back into play. Now, the last portion is talking about the MMO specifically, right? The first part of their MMO section talks about the pets that were introduced and how one of the milestones basically for Kickstarter backers was, you know, these little pets that can be chosen, and they released kind of like a bunch of different cats or puppies that can be chosen, and if you are a Kickstarter backer, you will be able to then go in and vote on your choice for it. There is a clear favorite already. I think it's a weird name. It's not an actual dog for the pet, but it's something else. I forgot what it is, but either way, go ahead and vote. I will leave a link down below, and yeah, check it out. Now, the significant portion of the MMO update that was pretty cool to see was we got to see a Caravan video, specifically showing off the Caravan System, which is one of the integral parts of the node system that Ashes of Creation is releasing. So I just kind of wanted to just run through some of my thoughts on that video, all right? So a video link is down below, so check it out if you want to see it. Now, first, I'm always struck by how good the game looks when I see these, you know, items in. It's not too dissimilar to the Battle Royale, but I really do like the looks and feel. And whenever I see it again for the first time, you know, in a while, I'm just kind of always struck at how good the world actually looks. So I'm really excited for that. The second thing is we got to see in the very first part of the video, I think what is a potential Horde mode monster called Sorrow's Hunter or Sorrow's Hunger, one of the two. But looks pretty cool, a little bit rough around the edges, but again, that's just a test bed that they saw there. But still pretty cool to see. The preview of the town info screen, we've kind of seen this before. The thing that kind of stuck out to me is I'm curious to what is the difference between the regular, advanced, and elite troops. Obviously they're stronger, but I'm really curious to see how that's actually implemented. You know, will enemies be able to find out exactly how many troops that you have that easily? Or will this only be open for citizens? Or, you know, who will be able to see that information? That's crucial wartime information in my opinion. Trade, taxes, constructing building, citizen sub-functions, and diplomacy. If you look closely at the screen before he accepts the kind of no trade route quest, you can see those are all systems there. And I'm wondering if all those systems are supposed to be in Alpha 1 and, you know, kind of where along with development they are. We know that they release videos that have been refilmed, you know, a while back, or it could just be a certain iteration where it's not what they're testing, so hence it's not in. But it was curious, it was pretty cool to just see those options as being some of the options that are on that screen. Yeah, so the other thing that I found interesting was the fact that there was a message as soon as the Caravan launched, a message to what appears to be all the citizens of the node that said, yeah, the Caravan has now launched, go ahead everyone and defend it. That's interesting to me. It means it's a little bit harder to just do a sneak Caravan, if you will, just because even anyone who's a citizen, it looks like, is part of that node, you get that message and it's like, whoa, you could potentially pass that on to someone else. It could be easier to, you know, pilfer, if you will. So I'm kind of wondering how open will it be? What's the participation benefits outside from the node, kind of gaining that notoriety? Is there anything for specific citizens who participate in it? Always curious. NPC spawns around the way, that was pretty cool. I had never actually thought of that, but that actually is a pretty good tool to even just set a baseline for people that you need to defend that. And then the last thing that I kind of looked at was the combat doesn't look half bad. It really does not look, you know, I guess you could say as neophyte. And comparing it to some other MMOs that are out there, you know, it's on the respectable level. I wouldn't have it win any awards right now, but it is nice to see kind of that combat more in, with a lot of people more in and moving around doing traditional MMO things. So that was pretty cool to actually see as well too. So that's pretty much it, guys. That's kind of what the live letter covered and what I saw, what I thought of it. Overall good stuff. We're going to be back and testing in about a month, and yeah, it's good news all around. Again, the holy grail, I guess, for me that I'm looking for is, again, MMO release date, but we're not going to get that until we kind of go through it looks like the suite of Apocalypse. So we'll see. All right, that's pretty much it, guys. Let me know what your thoughts are on it. That's it. Alpha Soul out.